seen that in the past, you know, and being 4 points behind and, you know, coming back and get us in the death. So, you know, I was really proud of them the way they played. You know, obviously it was a bit scrappy, you know, type of game, but you know, the guts that they showed, you know, was tremendous. I thought.
Yeah, Kev mentioned the New South Wales defence. Well, it's a bit of a rap to New South Wales defence, especially in the last 10 minutes. I'm sure you feel the same.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we give them enough ball to win a couple of games, really. You know, so and field position, and it's tough to defend in your own end like that all the time. So again, you know, I couldn't be more proud of them.
What did you make of the first half? It seemed like Queensland were on top for large parts of the first half, but you managed to take the lead just before half time. Did you feel like you were on top at the break?
Yeah, like, you know, we started okay. You know, we completed our first 5 sets, and then we started to turn over a little bit of ball, and again, you know, give them a bit of field position. And like I say, you know, they probably should have put a few more points on them with the amount of ball they had. But again, you know, I was just really proud of them the way they stuck in there.
What did you make of that, Boyd? Pretty intense game, out there.
Yeah, it was, mate. These sort of games when you don't spend a lot of time together leading up, I thought we trained really well leading up to the game, and we put a big emphasis on doing all the little things right. Completion was a big thing, but we didn't get to do that. So yeah, like Dean said, we really dug in defence, and that's just typifies what Origin's all about. So there's no question about the heart and the passion the boys have in the jumper.
You had some big performances from a lot of your forwards, teammates, a guy like Kane Evans. He's got a fantastic try. What do you make of his game?
Yeah, mate. He's been one of the 4 players in the under-20s comp. Kane Evans, he's a big lad. He's a strong lad too. So yeah, he played unbelievable. I think he was very unlucky not to get the man of the match, but not taking anything away from Harry. I think he directed us well, and his kicking game was unbelievable. So yeah.
Boyd, how did you find that pressure in the last 90 seconds when they kept getting the ball back? And what were you yelling at? What were you telling your team?
Well, we knew, that was the hardest thing, because we kept dropping it, and that wasn't our plan. So it was our defence that won it for us. We knew we just had to keep positive. We defended well throughout the whole game, so I was pretty confident in that we could just hold out, and if we could just make tackles, and yeah, we could come on top, and which we done.
And was it as tough as what interstate Origin football should be like? Was it were the hits harder tonight than what you'd normally get in a Toyota Cup game?
Yeah, there's probably that little bit of extra niggle because it is State of Origin. I think everyone would agree that it was a pretty tough match and physical match, and yeah, I think that's what Origin's all about. Like I said before, I think I'm glad to be a part of the first ever one, as I reckon it should have been out earlier. But yeah, I'm glad it's here and hope it's here to stay.
Dean, how hard did the coaches work at getting that Origin vibe across to the players and sort of telling them about the history and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, it was a big part of our 3 or 4 days together. So you know, Steggy come and spoke to the guys, and you know, and that was our our main plan with this concept is to make sure that they realise what it is to play Origin. They realise what it is, you know, what that blue jumper means to us, and you know, the older guys, you know, we had Craig Fitzgibbon come in and speak to them as well. So the passion that those, you know, particularly those couple of guys, you know, Stick and Fitzy, you know, that they've got for our jumper is enormous, and you know, I thought it rubbed off. Well, they've got a good idea of what it is now.
What were the things in the game that sort of indicated to you were successful in getting the message across? There were a lot of things about the game that were different to an ordinary Toyota Cup game, I suppose, weren't there?
Yeah, I look, you know, I suppose the score, you know, didn't blow out, which was pleasing. And again, you know, like we said, you know, we turned the ball over, you know, quite a bit, but you know, the best part about it, you know, we backed it up with our defence, and you know, talk to most guys, you know, defence usually wins, you know, bigger games.
You talked about kind of the passion, and one of the main things to come out of this week was to get that message across to the players. Is that one of the things that, with this concept, is that one of the things that will make this concept successful in the future? Yeah,
I think, you know, we had a pretty good crowd there tonight, and you know, I thought, you know, majority of them would have enjoyed the game. So I think it's a great concept. I think it's great for these young guys to get a taste of what it is to come into camp and realise what it is to actually put on our jumper and go through the process of getting yourselves prepared for a game, a bigger game.
Dennis, obviously a lot of talk about how this is going to work in future, whether the Anzac Test will be on, whether City Country will continue, whether this weekend will look the same next year. You got any thoughts? Can it be tweaked, or do you like it the way it is, or what do you think? You played it in obviously City Country and Test footy,
Playing Test match footy and then backing up 2 days later is tough. And I think it's probably tougher now than what it was when we were playing because of the intensity in the game. So, the rep guys need a rest, and I think it's a pretty, it's a good thing to have this weekend for them.
If the other two games went on, it would be hard to find a spot for this game, wouldn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's fitted in, great.
What did you get out of Ricky Stewart's message or speech to you guys? What was the key point?
The key point was just to get across that Origin is still a big part of New South Wales, even though Queensland have dominated in the last 6 years. He was very passionate about us being the next generation and the future of Origin. So I think we got a lot out of that. Everyone was listening and paying attention. I know I got a lot of it myself. We had Jason Riles in the camp, which passed on some real good advice, and I'm pretty sure all of the props and all the forwards, I think everyone got a lot out of him being there. And also Craig Fitzgibbon coming and handed out the jerseys, so it was a massive buzz just for the Origin greats to come in and be part of it all.
Excellent, thank you.